last Thursday of August. Can you believe it? Right now, I bet you've got one tab open on your browser with school schedules, team meetings, fall planning, and maybe even the first 2 or 3 Q4 projects on your mind. And another tab still showing weekend getaway ideas, or maybe that one last pool day playlist. At my house, it's the same thing. Trust me, fall candles are burning in the kitchen. Even though it's about 92 plus degrees outside in the 305, I've got my college girl already up in college, and I've got my junior in high school already set. But guess what? There's still that laundry. Yes, we still have that laundry. But luckily enough, we have gotten the laundry schedule back on track. It's a weird in between time, the seasonal split screen, and honestly, it's very human to feel pulled in both directions. So today, let's talk about this overlap moment, how to deal with the visual clutter, routine tension, and closet chaos that happens when we're still holding on to summer, but life is pushing us into fall. Let's break it down into practical steps and real encouragement for busy moms, working professionals, and honestly, anyone trying just to stay afloat right now. Welcome to Organizing with Ease, my friend. I'm your host, Deanna Mall. And if this is your first time tuning in, hi there. I'm glad you found this show. And to my returning listeners, thank you for riding this August wave with me. Whether you've been organizing closets or just surviving the chaos, you are so welcome here. Each week, we talk about how to make life feel a little bit simpler and a lot more aligned without the guilt, overwhelm, or perfectionism. Just real strategies, real stories, and realistic support. So today we're wrapping up our August series with a topic I know you're living right now: the mental and physical chaos that comes with the transitioning out of summer. So let's start with the space that usually kicks off our day, the closet. You heard me right. So let's do a closet check. Let's start with the obvious. Honestly, let's just start. And if your mornings feel stressful, if you want to think about the first thing you do, likely stand in front of your closet trying to find something that's weather appropriate. Does it fit well? It doesn't scream last summer regret. The reality is that most people wear about 20% of their wardrobe regularly. And for professionals, especially those working hybrid or from home, that number is even lower. A client of mine, a marketing manager, had a full walk in closet. But you know what? She could reach for 5 outfits on repeat, reset dial. The reset was just the rest of her space reminded her of the clothes that she used to fit or used to wear, versions of herself. So here's what we did: we made 3 piles. We kind of changed it up a little bit. We did a love and wear weekly. Why not? Love, but not right now. And then we had that not sure, that maybe bin, that later. And what we did was we just put it aside. We didn't throw it all out, we just decided. So this is your turn to ask, what didn't I wear this summer and why? Try to remove 10 to 15 pieces that made you feel eh. So here's a thought of trying something different. You might have heard about this already. It's called the 60-day box method for clothes. It's often called the box and banish or the limbo box method. This is a strategy for decluttering and simplifying your wardrobe. So here is how it generally works. You identify that maybe items. You go through your wardrobe and place any clothes you're unsure about keeping, items that are neither immediate loves or nor obvious discards, into a box. You set it aside, seal the box, and you store it out of sight for a designated period, typically 60 days, or sometimes longer, like 6 weeks or up to 3 months. You retrieve as needed or not. During this time, if you find yourself genuinely needing or wanting any of the items from the box, you can retrieve it. However, the idea is to see how often, if at all, you actually reach for those items. So then after the 60 days, the banish phase is, or the chosen period has passed, whatever remains in the box can be donated, sold, or discarded, as it likely doesn't truly fit your current needs and you really don't miss those items. So, what are the benefits? The benefits of the 60-day box method: it reduces decision fatigue, it takes the pressure off, making immediate decisions about every single item, allowing you to observe your actual usage patterns. It also encourages mindful consumption, creates space and clarity, and it minimizes regret. That waiting period allows you to experience life without those maybe items, making the decision to part with them less likely to lead to regret. Now, this is a method that not everyone can resonate to because it is 60 days, but it's worth something to try if you have not yet tried it. Just remember, clutter is nothing more than postponed decisions by Barbara Hemphill. Now, what we could also start doing is when you start another method, whatever method that might be for your closet, you might want to just say that you're editing it and not overhauling it. What you want to do is you want to see and you want to touch everything every single day. Just that's what we do, right? But here's the reality. The reality is, especially for those of us here in the hot climates of the 305, we want fall. We want it right now. We want those boots. We want those blazers. We want a new look, maybe even like the cozy knit throw. But it's 90 degrees plus here, and it's every day. The stores are full of these sweaters and pumpkin decor, but we're still sweating through our linen shirts by 10 a.m. And so here's a story. One of my clients, a real estate agent, bought those leather loafers and a heavy blazer during one of those July sales, right? By the time the weather cooled down enough to wear them, mold had gotten into the shoes. That's sometimes what happens down here. So now she only shops with a climate free mindset, not a TikTok trend mindset. So, what's the fix? The fix is you could do a transitional 10 capsule wardrobe. And you're thinking, well, what does that mean? So, this is what it means. I'm just going to run by just a couple of thoughts. You want to do like light knits in fall colors, mustard, navy, and rust. Short sleeve tops that layer well with cardigans. Pants that pair with sandals now, boots later. Accessories in autumn tones, even if your outfit is still light and breathable. Style is a way to say who you are without having to speak, by Rachel Zoe. Let your transitional wardrobe reflect your reality and not the season in a calendar. The overflow zones, you know what I'm talking about. We're moving now into another area aside from the closet. Because remember something, the closet is that will take some time, but if you start now and you refresh yourself going into a new season, it is a game changer. I'm actually going to be doing that with my summer clothes. I think I still can wear some throughout the months of September here in the 305. And I will change out. I do have a closet where I do swap out my fall colors into my summer, which I'm really excited about. And I'm actually looking forward to doing that as well. So, where are those overflow zones? They are the garage, entryway, office chaos, is what I call it. This is where the hidden chaos lives. You know, the pile by the garage door, the one with the half used sunscreen, forgotten returns, school supply leftovers that we probably bought overbought, and maybe even some of that college move in debris from the apartment. Trust me when I say I do have a little section of that. And so what? Guess what? You're not alone. A recent study from the British Association of Professional Organizers found that 79% of clutter comes from delayed decisions. Here's what I see: the "I'll do it later" basket on the entryway table, a guest room now taken over by storage bins from from dorm packing, which did happen aside from my actual home office as well, a home office with backpacks, summer art projects, and unopened mail. But try this. Pick one zone. Again, I always stress that one area, that one time, but try the one zone: the entry table, your desk chair, your garage shelf. Set a timer, 10 to 20 minutes, and use now three categories: use now, store for later, donate, and trash. And here's a professional working tip for all of you. So I do a Sunday night desk reset. Aside from my nightly, I actually do a Sunday night because it definitely does make a difference, because I place one intention for the week. I do clear my clutter, and it makes so much of a great feel because it's not about the doing everything. It's about making my week, your week, feel easier from the start. So now from summer, we're going to drift into the fall focus. Fresh start equals mindset. So now let's talk about that mindset because that's where most of the seasonal resistance lives. You're probably feeling torn. You didn't get to do any or maybe only one or two of those summer projects. You didn't reset your fridge or start meal prepping. Maybe you haven't even thought about fall goals yet. And that's okay. A Gallup poll revealed that only 19% of people feel emotionally or logistically ready for the fall. So if you're feeling unprepared, congrats, you're part of the majority. Here's something I recommend to all of my clients. Write out a feel list. Good. Yes, why not? To feel list. What do I want to feel like in September? Then pair it with a single tiny action. I want what do you want to be calm? I want to clear off my nightstand. You want energy. Prep your favorite on the go snack or a vitamin pouch. You want focus. Turn off those alerts for your first hour of work. Autumn shows us how beautiful it is to let things go. Let this mindset shift be your final fresh start, not just for your closet, but your clarity. So here is a recap and a weekly challenge. But of course, again, choose one area that you have not yet addressed and or you wish to just create. You want to choose one clutter zone. Again, choose your closet, your desk, your garage shelf. Maybe even it could be maybe several garage shelves, maybe a bin or two in the garage, your entryway, your mudroom, your laundry room. Choose that one fall feeling. How do you want to feel? Calm, clarity, ease? Maybe not. And then you're going to be able to apply the fresh start method by finding and sorting, reducing and evaluating, systemizing and harmonizing, and then finally sustaining and tidying up. Set a timer for 10 to 15, and if you really want to stretch it, for 30, but don't aim for perfection. Remember, just progress. Pumpkin spice doesn't fix everything, but an organized drawer might save your morning. That's a wrap on Simplify August series. Next week, we'll launch our September series as well. Well, until next week, my friends, step by step, little by little, you've got this.